When I talked to Meredith about the portrait session, she really laid it out really well for me. I did have a few questions because it's such a unique idea, the masks that we wear in front of people. And, I had to stop and think about it a little bit because the one we show the world, I think, is kind of, okay, we know that. It's usually our job or if, our main way we describe ourselves. Our friends, okay, a little bit more laid back. They get to see more of you. The third one I thought was really great. It's, how you see yourself and how something, you keep to yourself and what that looks like. And translating that into clothing was an interesting take. So Meredith helped me a little bit on thinking about the process and what I wanted to wear. And I thought about it a little bit the last couple days. And then the morning of, I was like, I'm going to bring a few different outfits in because, what it means to me is different than what it means to someone else. So a good reminder, of how we outwardly carry ourselves. And I think a photographer has like double vision, not through the lens of themselves, but also through their own vision. And they can really see people and study people. And so I thought that was really interesting takeaway for me. So I felt a lot of different feelings through the shoot, which I think is the purpose of it, right? You're really exploring yourself in different ways, how the world sees you and internally. And the process actually kind of went with the order of the masks. Like when I first met Meredith, she was great, very welcoming, but I was a little like, okay, what am I going to expect? I was very like I would be professionally, right? How the world sees me. So, I started off kind of like that. And then it was interesting because it showed up in the pictures too, right? Like how I am, how I want the world to see me. And then as the session went on, as expected, I relaxed a little bit, thinking about my friends, my family, how I like to spend my free time. So that was really great. And I think it showed up in the pictures too. And then, that intimate moment when you take a turn in yourself, everybody has something else differently going on. I've been through a lot the last 2 years and some things I don't talk about. And it was a great session for me to stop and think about that, even though I've processed a lot of my previous emotions. But Meredith was really great with that, walking you through that, putting you in the mindset, bringing your own music. I thought was a great touch because we all relate better to things that we love, and music is very reflective of who we are. So, but yeah, I thought Meredith was great with that. But I kind of felt a little bit of everything I would feel with each different mask. But it's a really great concept. I think that a lot of women, a lot of moms, myself included, we don't always do something for ourselves. And, a photo shoot is a great way to capture where you are in time. And I thought Meredith took it a step further by having you feel the different ways you are in the moment that you are, because we're not always, the same person for everyone. I was always told, in the workplace, you can be yourself is the goal. You can't always be 100% of yourself. And, your friends get to see that, but you're probably even holding back a little bit too. And you reserve those private moments for very special people in your life. It was really great that I got to see the pictures with Meredith before I even left the session. I thought that was really nice. It just kind of, you're not really sure right when you're getting your picture taken how it's going to look. And to kind of get that pretty quick turnaround was really great. Meredith is great with lighting. Lighting is everything. So I thought that was amazing. And, she did a great job directing me throughout the shoot of, where I should look and really reminded me to breathe, which I think is important because sometimes we get so tense we forget. And all the pictures that she really tuned back into me, I think you could really see in the outcome. So I was really happy with that. And really the process for me was fun too, because I got, I had the work berry, I had the fun berry, and I had the, the intimate berry. And I think those are great keepsakes for me to have when I walk away and I look back at this moment in my life. And, it's a good moment to show my kids too. They love to see mom happy, and I love to see myself happy. And obviously I want that for them. So I think it was a great session, and I would encourage anyone who's looking for something for themselves, who wants something a little different than the standard typical, a standard headshot. But if you want to go have a little fun, explore yourself and do something for yourself, I think it's a great investment.